One newspaper in Pakistan released the cable on Sunday. Their assistant editor, Cyril Almeida, can speak to us now live from Karachi. Thanks very much indeed for being with us, sir. What's been the reaction then to your publication of these cables there in Pakistan?
Well, I think, we've been, as expected, there's been a bit of a political storm in Pakistan created by these revelations. Not much which Pakistanis could say they wouldn't have expected at all. But I think what's coming out through these WikiLeaks, and since last November, when the New York Times and the Guardian came out with the initial cache, was that, look, there's a policy of duplicity that Pakistani politicians, the Pakistani military, the Pakistani security establishment constantly maintains. It tells its domestic public one thing, and, it tells its private interlocutors something else.
Yeah, in the light of the furore over the operation recently to kill Osama bin Laden, I can imagine people being very upset about the revelation that US special forces were actually embedded with the Pakistani military.
Yeah, as you mentioned, I mean, the military has once again come out and denied these things. They've talked about technical assistance and that kind of thing. But there's so much sort of murkiness. We've been in this war, the war against terror, war on terror for the last 10 years, and very little is still known about the extent to which the Pakistan security establishment is cooperating with the Americans. What is known is that there is cooperation, but it's not, the contours of it and the details of it are still not really known.
And this revelation that Saudi Arabia and the UAE is giving money to schools in Pakistan, I know that some of Pakistan's allies will be particularly concerned about the fact that some of the money is going to schools that have a militant bent.
I mean, that's an argument that people have been making, a certain segment of Pakistani society has been making for many years, that this problem with militancy that we have in Pakistan is because of this infrastructure of jihad, if you will, that exists in this country. And that infrastructure exists because of external sponsors, including internal within Pakistan, businessmen, other people pumping money towards conservative institutions, which it turned out to be breeding ground for radicals. Going forward, it's going to be difficult to shut down this infrastructure without cutting off the financing. But as yet, 10 years in, there's very little sign that that's going to happen.
As you said, as any scoop does, it's caused a bit of a fuss, the publication of it today. But what's going to be the long-term implications of it? Do you think the fuss will die away, or will heads roll?
Well, I think, given the Osama bin Laden incident, the Raymond Davis incident earlier this year, at least what seems to be happening now are two things. One, the security establishment's private deals are increasingly becoming public. And second, the public's appetite for digesting lies or half-truths or whatever has been told to them over the years is decreasing. So I think we're moving towards a phase, hopefully, of more transparency in state relations between the Pakistani state and the US in particular.
Cyril, good to talk to you. Many thanks indeed. Cyril Almeida, the assistant editor of the Dawn newspaper in Pakistan.